Hello and welcome to the Korenna Aster. We are the Answer Astrology community. So good to have you. Welcome back to those of you who've been here. Welcome to those that are new. I am an Eastern astrologer. I will be sharing from the Chinese astrology and the Sidereal astrology, which is also often known as Vedic astrology. So let's just dive in. And I'll just say really quick that I would love it if you gave a thumbs up if you watch this video for any part of it and you like it. Thank you so much. And then also, I give Chinese astrology readings, and I would love to be your guide. Check that out, the link out below where you can get all the details on. I give both individual readings, I do relationship readings, I can do mini readings. Yeah, we can just look at the month's energies and what's going on for you. If you've had a reading from me before, you can always just, yeah, get that little mini update to see, or if you haven't been in for, like a year or something, you can get more like, okay, what's going on this year for me personally? So we can dive in several different ways. So I'm going to be sharing the sidereal chart with you all. And so let me just get that ready. And I am so glad to be here. I have a couple other little things I will be sharing here after some time. But yeah, so let's see. Let's take a look at today. I'm beginning on June 24th, and we're going to be going through the week, through the full moon energy of next week, and into early next week into Tuesday. Uh, I'm I plan to get these videos up in the future by Tuesdays, but yeah, so we'll be kind of doing like usually like a Tuesday through Monday or Tuesday through Tuesday. We'll see how I do that, but hopefully Tuesday through Monday most of the time. But yeah, and then let's begin with the Chinese astrology. So today is the Yin Earth Snake Day, and this is a beautiful energy that's going to feel very nurturing, very sensual. We may um, really just feel like getting some things done and taken care of, and really, yeah, getting grounded into things that we've been doing, like really kind of helping culminate different projects. And so, yeah, we should have some, even though it's a little bit of a lower energy day, I think we should have some beautiful energy. So that's the Chinese astrology for the day. And then looking at the moon today is in Libra. And so we also have this moon opposition to Chiron today. So we may definitely feel some different triggers. There could be some things that we could be challenged with, depending on, again, more of our own personal transits. But just know that some triggers could come up. We're going to be still in our minds quite a bit, but not as over analytical as we probably have been, or even yeah, if we've been, yeah, ruminating or just struggling through some of those sorts of things the last few days, the energy will be improving with that. We are in a more emotional time kind of overall. We do have a lot of planets now in the water signs, and we did have some big players move just since this last week, since I was here last. I do want to talk about that. We had Mercury go into Cancer yesterday on June 23rd. And so we now have this lovely energy that is slower in our communication. It's more thoughtful. It is very much about choosing words that are more nurturing and caring, and yeah, just being more thoughtful in that way. And then also just our thinking may be a little bit slower. Our speech may be a little bit slower. I will say that my Mercury is also in Cancer, so this is very much the way I communicate. So if you like the way I communicate or you don't like it, either way, I feel like sometimes, yeah, there is a lot that I am sensing and feeling. I have a lot of intuition. I have a lot of empathy. So I'm reading people often. So when I'm in other people's fields, I definitely get that I'm reading their energy, and so then that can depend on how I respond to people, and it may be more difficult for me to process and share my thoughts, even though I feel like I also have a sun in Gemini and a moon in Gemini, and so I can be, pretty sharp thinking and speaking and all of that. But yeah, so anyway, it's just kind of fascinating. So just wanted to share that because that may help give you a little bit of insight into this energy that is going to be going on for the next few months. And then, of course, we may have already been feeling this, but we are in the Mercury shadow period this week. We have been actually for the last week as well. So you've probably been noticing some little communication glitches have been already popping up. And that is just one of those things that we are continuing to work on. Or will be continuing to work on as Mercury does go retrograde on the full moon on Monday. So, yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about that as we get closer. What else? So, we also have this Mercury conjunct Jupiter. And so, with Mercury being in Cancer and it just being this desire to lovingly and kindly and communicate in a way that is just going to be caring of other people's emotions and well received, that Jupiter is expanding that energy, which is really beautiful. So we can really help other people to feel cared for. If you're a words of affirmation person, you may be getting your words of affirmation more right now, and that, or, that may be something that you need to speak up and ask for, and that will be enhanced. And so, under this energy that we're going to be continuing to experience for the days and weeks to come. So, I really love that. We also just had a shift on the 21st on the solstice. Mars moved into, Taurus. I almost said Venus, but what I was trying to say is that Taurus is ruled by Venus. And so that really helps Mars to slow down. And that is a lovely thing because now there is a lot more ability for there to be peace talk in the world. I know that has already been something that started about a week ago. As far as some of the things going on in the Middle East, I don't really keep up much, so I apologize if I don't know what I'm talking about. But I have chosen to stay out of politics for the most part because it just doesn't. I feel like personally the problem is that it's the divisive element for all of us, and I just want people to be united. And if we're on one team and then on another, then it's putting us against other people. And I've been there and done that, and I just don't want to play that game, and I feel like it's a game where we've just all been duped, and it makes me really sad. So um yeah, I care too much. So that's my little tangent and why. But anyway, but yeah, what I like about Mars and Taurus too is, I mean, it can get us more grounded into action, even though it's, a softer Mars energy. And um, in some ways, it could be seen as not as productive, but also, I mean, Taurus is the bull. And so when we make a decision, we're going to be able to have that follow through with Mars and Taurus too. So we have also started as of, when did this start? I just wrote that down too. Yep, on the 23rd. So just yesterday, we had this Mars and Uranus conjunct. And so just yesterday, it became at this 9 and 2 degree mark. So we've got this conjunction now, which means that we may have, again, I have not checked the world news, and I'm not always good about seeing what's going on in the world, but we may have some big surprises in for us in the next week or so while this Mars and Uranus is aligned, because I mean, in a sense, there is again this slowdown with the Mars energy, but yet, so let's hope that there's more of like the unconventional energy with Uranus, but we can definitely expect some unexpected things. There will be some surprises. And yeah, so it will be hard to say how that will look. And of course, I'm always rooting for the best and highest timeline for all of us. I have to sneeze. We'll see if that happens. Anyway, but yeah, so that'll be kind of interesting, especially as it gets closer. On July 3rd, it's an exact conjunction just to give us kind of a heads up. I'll be talking about that more next week, and my take on that. But anyway, there's a little bit of tough energy possibly around that time. So that's going to be interesting. But again, I am hoping that we can just pray and continuing to be our best selves. And I think just being a good person every day matters more than we think. So that is, I think, our responsibility, and just, doing the things that we can, be loving good people in the world. And yeah, it's important. Our energy matters, and our energy is felt. And being grounded and being a person that is centered and in their body, and also in touch with their intuition, is something that we all need to be, growing towards. And I think a lot of you that are here are already doing that. So I know I'm speaking to the choir, and we can all work on having more, getting more in touch with our intuition, because really this is a time in a young fire horse year where we're burning away the illusions with this fire energy. It's just, it's helping us let go of what is not true, what is not authentic to us, and what is not in the highest good for us and all of the world. And so things are going to be burned away. And also, we may feel a lot of disillusionment in some of this with the way things are moving with AI and different things. But yeah, it's a really powerful time. So yeah, and I have some tools to help people with getting into their intuition more. One is that I lead people on vision quests, and I do have one coming up on July 10th through the 12th for those people that are local. I love guiding people in nature. I help people through shamanic tools with the 4 directions, and this is not something where you use any plant medicine. This is just fasting with water in nature, and just getting your own inner answers from nature and from your higher self. So super beautiful to be just sinking deep into nature and be one with the elements, and feeling yeah, so in touch with nature's rhythm. I've written a couple of blogs. I'll put some links below to the information, and you can read more about my experience on recent vision quest. And yeah, course, yeah, there's lots of other ways that I help people get into their intuition. Maybe I'll talk about that shortly, but let's move along here. So also, what else do we have? So this Jupiter and Pluto opposition begins, and or has begun. So this is something where we just want to be careful not to again, maybe get into our ego a little bit too much. We may think that we have a lot of things figured out. We just don't overestimate yourself or get too pompous or egotistical in any ways. Or, yeah, I think it's just going to be smart to go slow with making decisions in business and or in life in general with big decisions, especially with money and anything to do with allowing yourself to be in a position of power or influence. Just don't abuse that energy at all. We never want to do that, because it will always come back on us anyway. But so yeah, we kind of have this interesting alignment, but I think it's going to be some good stuff. So let me see if I missed anything else for today. Oh, and then I did want to talk about this lovely trine with Venus and Saturn that's happening today as well. So this is a good time to also start a new, I don't know, I'm a little on the fence about this. The energy in the Chinese astrology isn't really a good day to start something new, but this would be a good day to really continue with, again, I kind of said this at the beginning already, but a work project that you have been doing that, really building relationships or continuing to build things that you have been working on. And yeah, so I think that is just something And things that are of value to you, things that are of beauty to you, just continuing to work on those things, and those are going to build, and that you can really get some great results from that. And so, yeah. So anyway, for all my business owners, which I have a lot of people that are also entrepreneurs like myself that follow me. So I'm excited for this energy. And then we move along to June 25th. And now we come to the young metal horse energy of the day. And this is in the horse year, in the horse month. Again, we could really stick our foot in our mouth if we're not careful. The horse definitely can be a little bit emotional. It can just be galloping around, just, like, the way that I used to get into relationships when I was really young is just like, oh, I meet somebody and everything's amazing. And it's just like I didn't think things through, and it's like I didn't ask the right questions. And maybe that's a lot of people that do that, but but that's definitely horse nature to just be, you get excited, you go all in, you don't really think about things through and through. So maybe you just go move somewhere on a whim. I did move somewhere one year to another state, and I didn't do a lot of planning to do it. That's was very much my horse nature. It went okay, not wonderful, but it was a good experience that I did it overall. So I'm grateful that I did it. So my mom and I were just messaging about that actually, 'cause she was traveling through the city where I was yesterday, so that's kind of fun. But anyway, yeah, we can definitely be a little overreactive. We could definitely feel like a little bit disillusioned today. And I think that the world is trying to lead us a little bit into disillusionment. And so, again, just know that if something is changing in your life and you don't completely understand it yet, just remember this fire is burning away that which we cannot see. And we don't have to have all the answers today. So go out and do your earthing, my friends, and give yourself some peace and be loving and kind to you. Yeah, because this young metal horse could be definitely a little more reactive and emotional, and yeah, on a day like today. So, and let's try not to be overly rigid either. It's like we don't have to get everything right. It's great to be detail oriented. It's great to be a protector of our friends and family and to be an ally. But we can't save everybody, and we don't have to be perfect, and we certainly don't want to be. Something that I have been working through on my journey. So I know all these things can be easier said than done, but we are all on a journey, one day at a time. All right, and then today we are still having the moon in Libra, and we do have a square today to Venus, so we may be feeling a little bit more difficulty with relationships. So definitely feeling a little bit of we could be having a desire for balance in relationships, but just be careful with, what you say. I think that in this energy, we will be wanting to be careful because that Libra energy does want us to stay in balance. It's a harmonious energy, and with Venus in Cancer. But again, let's just know that people's feelings can get hurt really easily. With Venus and Cancer, they really need to be nurtured. I mean, really, like cuddling your partner on the couch would be a great idea, like showing those little small signs of affection, showing somebody how much you care in those little ways and in which that they can appreciate and love. So I love to go back to the five love languages. So maybe for you, it's, you know, what it, if you are a gift person or your partner is a gift person, and this doesn't have to be with just partners, this could be your business partner, just getting along better with them. This could be your mom. This could be your son. This could be your aunt, your daughter, so thinking about these really close relationships that you have and how can you nurture and support them best right now is key when we have Venus in Cancer time. It's like it's a very caring, nurturing energy, really beautiful. Venus loves to be in Cancer. This is a great time for us to be dating, although on this particular day on the 25th, I would not probably go on a new date, but it could work out. It could be a change in what you decide. So I honestly am not really sure about this one, but um I'm I'm chuckling because somebody I know is meeting a person for the first time. I hope it goes well. So, anyway, you know, again, we have to look at our own personal transits to, see if what will happen, and, you know, all is meant to be and for the highest good and the highest good of all, right? I trust that. I believe that. And I think that's a good way to live by. We also have, oh, no, sorry about that. I'm going to be talking about that a little bit later on. So let me move along. Oh, yes, I did have one more thing to say. Okay. There is I believe, oh, no. Okay, sorry about that. I had something wrong in my notes. So, moving along to the 26th. So, we are on a yin metal goat day here. And so, this energy is going to be also a protective energy. It's going to be a much gentler energy. It is going to have some really nice synergy with the month energy, the day energy, a very spiritual day. This would be a great day to remove a problem through a lot of prayer, through, yeah, something, if you wanted to do a sound, not a sound bath. I mean, you could do that too, but what am I trying to, like breath work would be a great thing to do today to remove like some old blockages or doing some ancestral energy clearing. That is also something that I offer. So, I'll also put that in the link below. But yeah, this could be a great day to remove, um, yeah, some blockages there, as well as yeah, I mean, you could go get a tarot reading. That could be another great thing to do, or an astrology reading. So again, check out my link to see if I have an availability for you. You can always, if you know me, text me too. Sometimes I might have something that's not on my calendar. So anyway, with that said, there again, this is a really great day to fix a problem. And uh, we do now have the moon in Scorpio. We are going to be feeling things deeply. We're going to be wanting to look into the mysteries of life and trying to figure out why things are the way they are. We have this beautiful trine between the moon and Jupiter, and the moon and Mercury. So we are going to be feeling an expansive energy of this desire to go deep, to really um, know ourselves deeper, to understand the world and our place in it deeper, and to be thinking and talking about that uh, will be something that will be enhanced. So we'll definitely, yeah, be talking about things and in a powerful way. And then there is going to be some energy that is going to be directed at, again, this Mars and Uranus conjunction that we are going to be, like I said, continuing to have for the following week. So that will be something where we may notice something a little bit more transformative, a little bit more of hopefully those Uranian ideas of like this innovation, these. So yeah, if you have some big ideas, or if you're even if you don't normally, like, definitely take note, or be really in tune with your intuition, or just let those downloads come in. I think there's going to be some powerful breakthroughs in the world happening today. I'm excited to see what comes of it. We also have this beautiful trine between Jupiter and Neptune, so we can also just feel some really beautiful peace. And that trine is between no, it's just between Jupiter and Neptune, excuse me. But yeah, so we could definitely feel some lovely dreamy energy. I would stay in touch with the dream world as well. And for those of you that are interested, I'll put a link below. There's Kim Harrison, who interprets dreams. And yeah, so that might be somebody you might want to reach out to, and I'll put her link. Okay, so what else? And then I think all the other aspects are just the ongoing ones. Oh, but I didn't talk about, so yeah, now the moon is in opposition to this Mars and Uranus. So that is just, like I said, gonna basically make us feel a little bit, sorry, I did not say this before, so not like I said. So this energy is going to have us a little bit more on edge, a little bit more reactive, and we could say things out of anger or out of malice, contempt, out of frustration. So definitely, you could be feeling things, and do not use your stinger. Try not to be the Scorpio out of balance that goes to that point of saying that thing that is just not kind or loving or helpful. And that is something that we need to remember. So, yeah, anyway, I wanted to share that. And then let's move along to uh, yep, just double checking I didn't miss anything. Okay, so moving along to June 27th. We now are at this young water monkey day. It's a multiplier day. We need to really watch our thoughts, watch our words. This could be a great day for solving problems. We are, yeah, definitely. I like a lot of this energy of today. This is now we continuing this moon in Scorpio, and this water energy. I mean, we could be a little bit emotional, but however, we're going to be a little bit more uh, problem solving oriented, and so wanting to fix things and being able to seek out any problems for ourselves or others. So I think that'll be really lovely. And what I love the most about today is that we've come to this beautiful grand water trine energy with the moon in Scorpio, when Saturn in Pisces, and Venus in Cancer. So this is really going to help us to work through anything that it could be there could be some sexual healing that we're going to work through. There could be some relationship healing that we're going to work through. We could be looking at some early childhood healing things. This would be a great time to be in therapy to get some breakthroughs, and they're yeah, or getting some kind of whatever that may be for you, coaching, clearings, whatever that kind of thing is that you like to do that is helpful. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lovely energy today with being able to, be just more nurturing and in touch with ourselves, and really seeing how that hard work on self-love and self-care and self-nurturance really does pay off. And so enjoy that. Yeah. Wow. Beautiful. And for those local, I know I'm putting in all kinds of plugs here for all kinds of people and things, but I love being a networker, so it's really fun to do. So there is also a cacao ceremony tonight. That would be a beautiful thing. I will have the link to that. It's part of the BioFlow event. The biohack is Saturday. There, Friday night they have a BioFlow night where there's a cacao tasting, excuse me, if I can speak. And I don't know exactly all the details, but I'll have that link because I think that would be really lovely if you are local and want to join. So anyway, those are the big players. We still have those other energies from earlier in the week continuing to play out. And now we're going to move along to June 28th. So moving into Sunday, it's a yin water rooster day. This is a day where we are going to feel, um, a little bit more inwards, I think, a very intuitive energy. We could definitely want to speak our mind. We may notice we may have a little bit of an internal conflict, almost something kind of where, we could just be a little bit having a difficult time with people in the world, just with, rooster energy and water rooster energy tends to have a little bit of that. But I think we're going to find some balance on today, and we are continuing to have the moon in Scorpio today. Actually, tonight, Sunday night, it will at the very end of the day go into Sagittarius, but for most of the day and into the even early evening, we'll still have the moon in Scorpio. So again, just diving deep and just feeling our feelings. Yeah, if you guys need to cry, get that out. Again, do some good healing, get some somatic therapy, whatever's speaking to you. And now we have this trine, this grand water trine is continuing, and now we have the moon and black moon Lilith conjunct in Scorpio. And so again, I think we're going to be looking at the ways in which we haven't been able to express ourselves, and those things that have been hidden and that have been repressed and in the dark, and that whether that's about our sexuality or just the way that we wanted to be and that we haven't been able to express or be seen. So, yeah, it'll be really fun and lovely to see what kind of energies come forward with a day like today. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy that. There is going to be a little bit of possibly some of that wounding energy coming up today with the square to Chiron and Jupiter. And we may be feeling like talking about that more or expressing that more, or it will at least be on our heart mind. Again, just another beautiful invitation to dive into some therapeutic thing this weekend, if that is something that speaks to you. And let's see if we had anything else that I didn't already talk about. Yeah, I mean, continuing to just be aware of that energy of Pluto and Jupiter opposition. So again, just knowing that yeah, that we are powerful just as we are as powerful creators. And so again, just not letting ego come too much into the picture and or trying to find ways to be above others in our power, you know. So yeah. And then let's move to June 29th, where we come into the oh, the full moon. And now I did not double check, but I believe oh my. Okay, so I hate it when I do this, but okay, so yeah, oh no, we're good. Okay. So yeah, we have the full moon in Sagittarius. Okay. Sorry, I had to make sure I was saying that right. Okay. And so I actually think that is the same as in Western, but doesn't really matter. So yeah, the full moon in Sagittarius, we're going to have a lot more energy to be out and be social on a day like today. It is always fun to celebrate a full moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarians definitely know how to have a good time. Um, we don't want to maybe talk about politics, but but yeah, I think we're gonna have some fun-loving energy today. And let's see. So it is a young wood dog day. So yeah, definitely we may feel a little bit opinionated, more than a little bit. So yeah, I would not get into anything that's, let's just watch our stubbornness, but also a great day to work really hard at something to make a difference in the world or in your own life, however that may look for you. This would be a beautiful day to start a new project or to get something out into the world. So I think that will be really exciting to see what you can do to manifest something that is, yeah, in your highest good. And also, that dog is best friends with the horse. And so, just on a day like today, it's just going to be, again, just so much high energy and so much ability to get things done. It is going to be a little bit fiery, though. Actually, I guess I should say that, all this wood energy, this fire feeds the wood. So, it will be pretty fiery today. I think it'll be a great day. And also just be aware that, again, just what we talk about and how we choose to perceive the world and how we choose to speak our truth matters. Let's again come from a place of kindness, of love, of respect, of curiosity. Curiosity is something I think that can be often largely lacking in the world. And so, yeah, that is just something for us to all keep in mind. And we're going to be continuing to want to communicate beautifully with this Jupiter and Mercury conjunction. And so just wanting to speak lovingly and kindly, though I think we'll be a little bit more easeful with this. So luckily we have that in conjunction with that young wood dog energy. It's not like young wood dog peoples are like unfriendly. It's just that they can be a little bit self-righteous. So, and again, with the moon in Sagittarius, that could be a little bit of that, the that lower octave energy can be that self-righteousness. So we just want to be aware of that today. And again, we're continuing to get these unconventional ideas coming our way. I am excited to see what maybe wants to come forward for you, that you want to share with the world. And, there is also a transformative energy today with this beautiful trine to Pluto and Uranus as well. So I think there's an ability for us to bring about something that's an innovative idea that is going to change ourselves, change the world. And, there's all kinds of small ways that each of us can do that, in the ways that we do. And so I am going to talk about one last day. So I am moving into June 30th just because I don't know if I will be able to get up my video by Tuesday. So more likely Tuesday night or Wednesday next week. But like I said, hopefully going forward on Tuesdays, I think it's going to be more like Tuesday afternoons that you're going to be getting the videos, but we'll see. And so for that last day of June, we will continue to have this horse energy for a whole nother week. So the month of June, remember, with the Chinese astrology, always begins around the 5th, 6th, or 7th. So we have all the way until July 6th that we're going to be continuing this energy of the Youngwood horse month. Okay, so we're still in the horse month for a whole nother week. And if and we started this month, as I had said before in the last video, on a pig day, and so there is a really lovely playful energy also this month. Of course, some of us, again, our own personal planets. I am in my Neptune period. Our Neptune period is the period right before our birthday, so it's the last about month and a half or so before your birthday. That can feel like a lot of illusion and disillusionment, and it can also be really dreamy and creative and juicy, and all kinds of wonderful things can pop in. Very spiritual time, and yeah, it can also be a little foggy and hazy, and just challenging. And so anyway, I've been going a little up and down with that one this year for myself. So I thought I would share that. I know some of you follow me on Facebook. You're always welcome to find me there. And but yeah, so I will be talking more about your cycles if you want to know more about your cycles too, like what, period you're in. So when right after our birthday, we're in our sun cycle, and then we go into Mercury and so forth. So if you want to get that, my friend Andrea Blythe has a link for that. I'm going to put her link below. I have to remember all my links, so I'll do my best. And yeah, it's going to be really fun for you to see all the different offerings by our beautiful community. But yeah, so today on the 30th, we are at a Yinwood Pig Energy Day, and this is going to be a lovely day for creativity, for just yeah, getting out and doing something fun with friends. You should feel very sociable. Again, Moon in Sagittarius, just going to be a lovely fun energy. So enjoy this. We have a weekend coming up ahead, that's going to be a holiday weekend, but this should be just a lovely fun energy. So I hope you can be playful. I hope you can be nurturing to yourself and enjoy this sweet energy. And then, we, let's see, what else do I want to share? That a lot of these energies that we've been already talking about this week are continuing, and we do continue to have this Chiron square to Jupiter and Mercury. So there could be, again, some woundings coming up to the surface, and a little bit of, yeah, just a little bit of touchiness around those different things happening for all of us, as well as that square to Pluto with Chiron as well. So yeah, definitely, if there's triggers coming to the surface, they are for us, as we can always remember that what happens and comes up is for us. And so that's a good thing to remember, that there is a plan, and that it is in our design. And it's like, we can think about all the chores that we have to do. Like also in like this Virgo period of my life. My guide sent me this message last week on a license plate and it was Virgo. And I was like trying to think, I'm like, who is this about? Why am I getting Virgo? And I was like trying to think of the personal day transits for myself, this and that. And then I was like, it took me till this week to figure out that no, I am in a Virgo transit because I am doing a lot of care for my family in different ways with taking care of people and the land and home. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but also it's like I can get really frustrated or overwhelmed by that, which I mean could be my reality, and it has been on occasion. And also, it's like I can, go around and do my watering and different things and my weeding and like be blessing, like, oh, that I get to have this opportunity. It's just like that same choice when we have a bill and it's like we can, like, oh, I have to pay that bill. Oh, geez, here's another thing I have to pay. Like, how dare they ask me for my state taxes or whatever, right? When it's like, no, like, let me lovingly give that energy out so that it can come back to me and, bless that money and be like, if you don't have a ton of money, like, or even if you do have quite a bit of money, you can always be like, and please send this back to me sevenfold or tenfold or however, that you wish to say that, but just lovingly paying those bills and lovingly doing your chores and remembering that it comes back to all this energy of that we need to always continue to see how we can uh I'm getting another thought coming into my mind right now. So sorry, it's like my antenna is going off of like somebody's trying to get a hold of me. Um anyway, it's just that whole like doing our chores, like how much it's coming back to this process of getting to take care of our things is a beautiful thing. And now I'm going off on a tangent to those that were in my book club. They might actually get what I'm saying. So I'm going to leave it at that. And thank you again so much for being here. I had a lot of fun sharing with you. And please tell me what energies really spoke to you or what you are noticing and or are noticing as you're listening to this, wherever this finds you during the week. Also, last but not least, I have these beautiful earrings by Vicky Buchholz, who this particular pair is mine. Sorry, that is not the one that's for sale, but I will have some pictures of her other beautiful beaded earrings up. Not the ones that I'm wearing here either, but she does these beautiful earrings, and if you like beaded earrings like I do, you can check those out on the link. And so again, thank you for being here. Have a beautiful week. If you want to check out more on that Vision Quest, ancestral energy clearings, uh, astrology readings, all of those things are below, as well as the other community events. Thank you. See you soon. I appreciate your likes, your subscribes, and make sure you share this with a friend. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day.